In the modern world, where processed foods dominate grocery shelves and sedentary lifestyles are the norm, a silent yet devastating condition continues to spread unnoticed: insulin resistance. Unlike more obvious illnesses that announce themselves with fever or pain, insulin resistance creeps in quietly, disrupting the body's most fundamental metabolic processes. Often dismissed as an issue only for those who are overweight or diabetic, it affects millions regardless of size, age, or background. The truth is, insulin resistance is not just a precursor to type 2 diabetes. It is a foundational dysfunction that underlies many of today's most prevalent and debilitating health problems. The human body relies on insulin to regulate blood sugar levels, allowing cells to absorb glucose and convert it into energy. When insulin resistance develops, the body's cells stop responding effectively to this crucial hormone. In response, the pancreas pumps out even more insulin in an attempt to compensate. This creates a dangerous cycle that can go undetected for years. Many people live with insulin resistance for decades without realizing it, unaware that their metabolism is slowly unraveling from within. What makes this condition particularly insidious is how easily its early warning signs are overlooked. Fatigue after meals, stubborn weight gain around the midsection, darkened skin patches on the neck or underarms. These symptoms are often brushed off as normal signs of aging or poor dieting habits. Yet they are clear indicators that something deeper is going wrong. Ignoring these signals allows insulin resistance to progress unchecked, setting the stage for serious complications. Left unaddressed, insulin resistance leads to a cascade of metabolic damage. Blood sugar levels rise steadily, eventually crossing into pre-diabetic and then diabetic ranges. But the consequences extend far beyond elevated glucose. Insulin resistance disrupts lipid metabolism, leading to high triglycerides, low HDL cholesterol, and increased inflammation, all key drivers of cardiovascular disease. It also places immense strain on the liver, contributing to the development of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which can progress to cirrhosis or liver failure. Cognitive function begins to decline as the brain struggles to utilize glucose efficiently, increasing the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Beyond these well-documented effects, insulin resistance has been increasingly linked to a host of other chronic conditions, including polycystic ovary syndrome, certain cancers, and autoimmune disorders. Women struggling with infertility or irregular menstrual cycles may be surprised to learn that their hormonal imbalances are rooted in metabolic dysfunction. High insulin levels stimulate the production of androgens, worsening symptoms of PCOS and making it more difficult to conceive. Similarly, research suggests that elevated insulin creates a favorable environment for cancer cell growth by promoting cellular proliferation and inhibiting programmed cell death. Cancers of the breast, colon, liver, pancreas, and endometrium have all been associated with insulin resistance, reinforcing the need for metabolic awareness in cancer prevention. Autoimmune conditions, too, appear to be influenced by insulin resistance. Chronic inflammation, a hallmark of insulin resistance, can trigger immune system dysregulation, contributing to the onset or progression of diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, and Hashimoto's thyroiditis. While the exact mechanisms remain under study, the overlap between metabolic dysfunction and immune imbalance is becoming impossible to ignore. Given the wide-ranging impact of insulin resistance, prevention and early intervention are critical. Fortunately, unlike many chronic diseases, insulin resistance is highly responsive to lifestyle changes. Diet plays a central role in managing and reversing the condition. Refined carbohydrates and added sugars should be minimized, as they cause rapid spikes in blood sugar and insulin levels. Instead, whole foods rich in fiber, protein, and healthy fats offer a steadier source of energy while supporting metabolic health. Leafy greens, berries, nuts, seeds, legumes, and omega-3 rich fish provide essential nutrients that reduce inflammation and improve insulin sensitivity. For some individuals, reducing overall carbohydrate intake, particularly from refined sources, can yield significant improvements. Low-carb and ketogenic diets have gained popularity due to their ability to stabilize blood sugar and lower insulin levels. However, sustainability and individual tolerance vary, so finding a balanced approach tailored to one's unique biology is key. Time-restricted eating and intermittent fasting have also shown promise, giving the body extended periods without insulin stimulation and promoting cellular repair. Equally important are lifestyle factors outside the kitchen. Regular physical activity, especially a combination of strength training and aerobic exercise, enhances insulin sensitivity by improving muscle glucose uptake. High-intensity interval training, in particular, has been found to be effective in boosting mitochondrial function and metabolic efficiency. Stress management cannot be overlooked either. Chronic stress elevates cortisol levels, which in turn worsen insulin resistance. Practices such as meditation, yoga, deep breathing, and journaling help regulate the body's stress response and support hormonal balance. Sleep is another pillar of metabolic health. Poor sleep disrupts insulin signaling and appetite-regulating hormones, making it harder to maintain stable blood sugar levels. Prioritizing 7 to 9 hours of restful sleep each night, maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, and limiting screen time before bed can significantly improve metabolic function. Additionally, reducing exposure to environmental toxins found in plastics, pesticides, and personal care products may further support insulin sensitivity, as these substances can interfere with hormonal pathways. Hydration and gut health also play a role. Staying well hydrated supports digestion and metabolism, while nurturing a diverse and healthy gut microbiome through probiotics, prebiotics, and fiber-rich foods can enhance insulin sensitivity and reduce systemic inflammation. A thriving gut ecosystem contributes to better nutrient absorption, immune regulation, and metabolic stability. Despite the overwhelming evidence linking insulin resistance to a wide array of chronic diseases, public awareness remains alarmingly low. Healthcare systems often focus on treating symptoms rather than addressing root causes, leaving many patients undiagnosed until irreversible damage has occurred. Standard blood tests typically measure fasting glucose and hemoglobin A1C, which reflect blood sugar levels over time but may miss early signs of insulin resistance. Specialized testing, such as measuring fasting insulin levels or conducting an oral glucose tolerance test, provides a more comprehensive picture but is rarely performed unless there is a clear clinical concern. Communities, schools, and workplaces must step up efforts to educate the public about the dangers of insulin resistance. Nutrition education programs, accessible fitness initiatives, and preventive screenings can empower individuals to take control of their health. Policymakers can support these efforts by implementing measures that make healthy food options more affordable and widely available, particularly in underserved communities where rates of metabolic disease are disproportionately high. Ultimately, insulin resistance is not an inevitable fate, it is a reversible condition when caught early and addressed comprehensively. Doing nothing is not an option. The human cost of delayed action is simply too great. By paying attention to the body's subtle warnings and taking meaningful steps toward better health, individuals can reclaim control over their metabolic future. Lifestyle choices made today will determine the quality of life tomorrow. As the prevalence of metabolic disorders continues to grow, the urgency to act becomes ever clearer. The time to recognize the signs, understand the risks, and implement real change is now. Ignoring insulin resistance means inviting a cascade of preventable illnesses that will strain both personal lives and the broader healthcare system. With awareness, education, and proactive care, we can begin to turn the tide on this silent but deadly epidemic. It is time to shift the conversation from treatment to prevention, from reaction to awareness. Insulin resistance is not just a medical issue, it is a societal challenge that demands attention, understanding, and collective action. Those who take steps to protect their metabolic health today will not only safeguard their own futures but also set a powerful example for generations to come. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. This isn't just about avoiding diabetes, it's about protecting your long-term health, your energy, your brain function, and even your hormonal balance. Insulin resistance is silent, but its consequences are loud and life-changing. The good news? You have more control than you think. Small, consistent changes in what you eat, how you move, and how you manage stress can make a powerful difference. Your body has an incredible ability to heal, you just have to give it the right tools. If this video opened your eyes or gave you valuable insight, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear this. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and turn on the bell so you never miss another video on how to take real control of your health from the inside out. See you in the next video.